Nicodemus here. On today's episode, I wanted to jump right into I have a buddy going through a breakup, dating long distance. She ended it, and now he feels like he missed out. What would the course say about this?
Yeah, it's a great relationship stuff seems to be one of the biggest things that people bring over with everyone I've worked with over the years, talking about the course classes. It comes down to relationships for people, troubled relationships, intimate relationships, love relationships, and really I think in the question of like, how do you console or what do you say? What would the course say? If I was talking to someone, obviously depending on how willing they are, because the willingness is everything. The willingness is, am I willing to see this relationship different? And am I willing to see what I use love and intimacy and sex and all these things? Am I willing to look at what I use them for and then give it to the Holy Spirit to use for a different purpose? Do I have that type of willingness? If I have that type of willingness, for your friend, it the Holy Spirit will show, in that journey of, our longing for love, our fear of missing out, our did I make a mistake, our everything we learned about love, about intimacy, what we saw from our parents, what we learned from Hollywood and the movies. All this stuff plays into what the Course would call the special love relationship. And even when you're talking about your buddy, it sounds like if he's sad, if he's in it, we've all been through that in one way or another, whether it's loss of a loved one or, breakup. When we go through that, what it brings up for us is what the course would say, the specialness. It's I have you, I need you for a certain to fill me up for a certain purpose that I use you and the relationship to try to get love from, to fill up a perceived gap within myself where I feel that I I need love or I don't have it. So I seek for it in the world by trying to get validation, by trying to especially the bond of the sexual bond and intimacy and all the really the drug that is. If you've heard, I think it's in Five Love Languages, he talks about the first few years of a relationship is literally like being on drugs. Same impact on the brain. So where we get to figure out is what do we use relationships for? And your friend in doing soul searching, it's really interesting because in his situation, if I was talking to him, let's just say like buddy to buddy, in his situation, the letting go of the longing, like I need, and the attachment, let's say to her, the situation, and that the grabbing after. We all know that, like symbolically, spiritually, when we're grabbing at something, where we do that, we're doing it from a place of lack. Because the very idea of like, if I could just get this and possess it, or this person, or this situation, it'll be like everything to me. It'll fill me up and make me feel complete. But see, in the very act of doing that, we're already weakened. We're already in a place of scarcity. So the irony is when we actually stop doing that, love can find us. The relationship that we're meant to, use as a curriculum, use as a teaching device, it shows up for us. And it shows up as a reflection of, wait, hold on, I'm not trying to use a relationship to get something from someone because the moment I do that, there's a neediness and there's a grabbing. I mean that like spiritually or like within us, within our heart, there's a need to possess, a need to hold on to, a fear of losing. Once that enters in, it's no longer love. And it's not that love that God j- teaches us in terms of the Holy Spirit teaches us in extension. The love that has no fear to it, that actually casts out all fear. We're learning to love like that. Now, to do that, actually, any grabbing at the world and trying to get this person or the situation to be the way that we want so we feel complete already weakens us. So that's very different than a holy type of love where I already see myself as complete. And this relationship is a way of expressing miracles and love and wholeness and completion. That doesn't have a neediness to it or a need to possess or a need to make sure I don't lose or a fear of losing. That's all the special love relationship. And it's interesting, what the Course says is why we do that we seek out the special love because in many ways we're attempting to secure for us what we feel like has been withheld. We're attempting to secure the heaven we feel like that's been denied us. Think about that for a moment. Actually, it says it's in the special relationship born of the hidden wish for special love from God. Born of the hidden wish for special love from God. Because what think about this for a moment. Now, this might sound deep, but just look in your life and look at all the people around you and how much they seek out for special love. That it's born of the hidden wish for special love from God that we didn't get. That it was withheld because what he says in the course is that we want to be so special. We don't like that everybody's special. We don't like that. We want to be the special creation of the creator. And we seek for that. And we feel like because God didn't give us that, because God granted that to all beings, we don't like that deep down. None of us. So we seek for it in the world. We seek for it in love, in special love relationships. So what does that look like for your life and for relationships? Well, first, we have to give all of our relationships over to the Holy Spirit to be reused. So the Holy Spirit will transform the relationships. And the goal, what Jesus says in the course is you don't want to dictate or tell the Holy Spirit what the relationship should be. So even with your friend, that sadness or that longing or that fear of missing out, all that is the trick of the ego. Because it's selling you on is like you lost love, but that's not possible because all the love that is already been granted to you in your creation because God is think of it's like God's granted us eternal love forever and nothing can change that. So when you look at the seeking for that in the world, that comes from a place within ourselves where we feel like we're lacking. And until that's rectified, what'll happen for your buddy and most people is they go from relationship to relationship, keep chasing after like the thrill of love or the drug of love in the beginning. They usually get caught up sexually, like with sexual relationships, and then the pull of that. And they just go from relationship to relationship to relationship, seeking out all these things that they didn't get, like in their childhood, love from parents, all of that. Or really even deeper than that is the special love born of the special relationship, born of the hidden wish for special love from God. And it says the special relationship is the renunciation of the love of God and to the attempt to secure for the self the specialness that God denied. It's deep, but it's actually pretty simple. It's we're attempting to secure for ourself this specialness that was denied to us from God. And that we have to go and like find heaven for ourselves now. And the main place we look for it is within special love, within sex, within those types of relationships. So think about that for your life now. So what does that look like in form or in the world is we first give those relationships over the Holy Spirit, and then we start to learn how to use the relationships as a mirror for any wounds within us, for any reactions, for any fears, for any seeking of love, fear of losing love. All of that can come up, and that relationship, through the transformation of the Holy Spirit in that relationship becomes holy or whole. And then the relationship is used to express miracles, to really give and extend love, and to really open ourselves up to be a channel for it, not just for the relationship, but ultimately out to the whole world, to all beings.